Ladies and gentlemen, The Witcher has left the building. And people wondered why Henry Cavill dropped this like a hot potato. Hit the like button right now because wokeness and brokenness are, well, the laws of the universe. To put this new Witcher show into perspective, I could play The Witcher 3 with my eyes closed and still be more entertained than this inconsiderate garbage. And before I get ahead of myself, The Witcher Diversity Origin has unfortunately been released to the public, and it's quite literally the worst TV show ever made. They have unequivocally Netflix The Witcher brand. However, there is one part in episode 2 that was just amazing. That part is when Master Yoda comes out of the woodwork and helps Geralt throw an X-Wing into Mount Doom. And he said, with great power comes great responsibility. That gave me chills. I'm still crying from just how stunning and brave that was. Look, joking aside, I just love it when writers of classic stories rewrite them in their own ways and keep telling themselves this is what everybody wants. It's embarrassing because throwing the Witcher lore out of the window for the sake of woke culture is undeniably idiotic. At this point, it's just vandalism because they're deliberately avoiding making something objectively good. Because the amount of literally nothing I feel while watching this show is palpable. The story is so uninteresting. The characters look terrible as elves. I mean, nothing is taken from the books or the video game. You know, when they fixate on diversity and don't say a word about the story, you know it's going to be crap. See, I saw this disaster coming from a mile away. See, I had a feeling that The Witcher Blood Origin is to The Witcher what the Rings of Power was to Tolkien. I mean, look at the shows we're getting now. Willow, Rings of Power, The Wheels of Time, and now this wet piece of steamy dog shite. We have officially reached the bottom of the barrel when it comes to the fantasy genre. You literally can't even tell these things apart. Even the color palettes are the same. It's boring. And frankly, they're running out of European classics to ruin. This is what happens when Americans get their fat fingers on our great art and literature, by the way, and instead get shoved into a crucible of soul-crushing, contaminated petri dish. And I don't even think that this is the end. I mean, 2022 was a dress rehearsal for the coming tsunami of source material disrespect that's about to barrel through our entertainment. Woke Hollywood doesn't care about the saucy material, do they? Of course not. They only care about ravaging an established IP. Does it already have an established fan base? If the answer is yes, we can exploit it. It's always about ruining what we already have. These hairy dingleberries are so creatively bankrupt. Anyway, this spin-off is already dead on arrival with 38% Rotten Tomatoes critic score. And the audience score is 9% as of me making this. You get what you deserve. I mean, that is incredible considering how Rotten Tomatoes are known to remove negative reviews. So the fact that the audience score is still that low is just, wow, quite an achievement. But fear not, no worries, I'm sure there'll be some changes made to the score to reflect what they really want it to be. Expect the audience score to go up by like 5%. Anyway, Rotten Tomatoes should have a woke-o-meter to give audiences a trigger warning. Like a disclaimer before the show starts, like, this show has excessive wokeness. It may cause blinding and seizures. I mean, that way the fart sniffers can enjoy it without tricking us and subjecting us to this eye cancer. I have a theory. James Gunn's very public firing of Henry Cavill was the sending of a message, a show of solidarity between the members of the woke Hollywood, that anybody who tries to publicly oppose the woke messaging will be ostracized. That's what I think. There's a lot more than meets the eye when it comes to Henry getting fired. Anyway, it's on to bigger and better things for Henry Cavill. I'm looking forward to seeing him in the newly announced Warhammer project. Anyway, Anyway, back to this Witcher garbage. What should have been a license to print money, with how lovable Cavill and the Witcher source material and games are, what we instead get is when incompetence meets greed. These people are insane. They make the same mistakes over and over. And on that bombshell, can we just get an animated Witcher TV show? Similar to the Cyberpunk one, that would be great. Manix out.